Hello everyone, my name is Arthur and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Eternal Sailor Moon SH Figuarts. Now this one is a figure that I actually wanted for a really long time. I'm a fan of Sailor Moon myself. Haven't really watched the show, but I like the designs of all the characters. But it's not really a franchise that I'll probably go into collecting that much, but I couldn't pass out on the deal that Amazon had a couple of days ago. I think on Wednesday they had this available for only $40, 38 bucks. So it was like 45% off. So I could not pass that up. Could not pass that deal, to be honest. So besides that and all my rambling, let's just see what she comes with, because just looking at the packaging itself, she looked good. Also, my packaging was damaged. I don't know how, but it was. Something I don't like is how saturated this front image looks, but that's besides the point. So let's just see what she comes with. Alright, so here we have Eternal Sailor Moon. Now, just from first glances, she looks really good. I really like the outfit. And I do think that they were able to capture it very well on the promotional images, at least just from the looks of it. Now, kind of getting a closer look at her, just getting to see all of the other details. Let me see if I can get this better. But there you go. So it's not as saturated as it should be. Now, okay, so for the face, the sculpt looks really good. Something I have noticed is that there is some joints that look really weird. It's fairly similar to the SH Figuarts 2B that we looked at a couple of weeks ago. But she does have a ball hinge neck for the neck articulation. The hair looks really nice. It's a very nice finish with some shading if it transfers through the camera maybe, but it does have shading on the hair to some extent, not the most, but it is sufficient in my opinion. I don't know how everything works, so I still have to figure out that before going into the articulation section, or we can just find out ourselves. I like the pearly white that she has on the actual outfit and the gloves and the boots. It does make it stand out from everything else. Even the wings are pearly white, which is really nice, and a nice matte finish for the blues, reds, and yellows. So I think these look really good. In terms of everything else, I think she looks great. Something that I did notice is that the skirt piece is it's made out of hard plastic and not soft plastic, so that is something that it would probably be bothersome, because there is a cut for it, as you can see, for both sides. So it is meant to be used for articulated sections or for articulation, but it probably won't work the same. Now, the pigtails, or these hair pigtails that she has, you can see that they're kind of translucent. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about it, because it's hard plastic. It's harder plastic for these. I'm afraid of the tips, that they're going to break apart after a while if I drop it or anything, so I'm afraid of that. But I really like the transition between the actual coloring of it. I think it matches well enough with the actual hair, and it's just going into a translucent yellow for both sides. So I think that's really nice. Now, sort of moving into the articulation section for the head, we already kind of saw that she has a ball peg hinge, whatever you guys decide to call it. So she can move, she can look down that far, look up that far. She can't really look up that much. So there is that. She can move side to side pretty easily, to be honest. The pigtails now. These are segmented as well, so you can like put them backwards. I am afraid myself that they are going to break easily as well. But they do seem to pop out fairly easily. Nope, actually, it can't because this one is broken. Oh yeah, you can also move the wings. So let me take those off. So let me show you. So this one right here, I don't care that it's broken. I got it in a sale. I'll probably give it out to as a gift. But this one is like already broken. And I kind of figured because it was looser than the other one. So as you can see, this section is like super in there and it's already cracking. So sort of disappointing for me. Could I probably get a new replacement? Maybe. But I don't want to deal with all of that, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. So besides that, she does have the wings. So I'm not even going to try taking this off. I'll probably just glue it. I'll probably just seamlessly like cover it and paint it. Who knows? This one is perfectly fine. I do think that there's a difference between the two. No, actually there is not. It's just this one was made worse than the other one. And also the hair pieces are like not placed correctly. So I don't know. So far, an okay figure. Let's see, can I take it out the peg? I cannot. I don't want to put any more force to it, even though it's probably going to fall apart. So I'll be gluing that once I'm finished with the review. The wings, I was talking about them. They don't move. They do like have the hinge for them to move it, so you can like make them flop around, I guess. So there's that. Now for the arms, you can see like even just from looking at it at the first glance, it was like super wobbly. So it was already broken. I promise you, I did not do that. So the arms, like you can see, one of them is like actually working. The other one is like super tight in and it's not working at all. So I'll see if I can get that out. So give me 1 second, actually. Actually, no, never mind. Let me just finish this articulation section and then I can try taking it off. Okay, so arms. She can move the arm 360 degrees. Elbow joints is just a hinge, singular elbow joint. Doesn't look the greatest for sure. And then the ball hinge swivel. She does have a bicep swivel somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So if you move it, she does have the bicep swivel. Ab crunch, actually pretty good going forward. Not too bad. Going backwards, not horrible either. Not too much, but it's okay. In terms of the splits, because of the skirt, that's probably how far you're gonna get it. So not bad. Is there a hinge here? I think there's a hinge here. Is there? No, there is not. So this is not a hinge, so be careful with that. And this is also hard plastic. Why is this not soft plastic? Okay. I feel like they made this figure so it just breaks easily. Oh, I feel bad for the Sailor Moon fans because they don't get much. Well, they get a lot of merch, but figures like these are not too common, so I feel bad. I remember when this was announced, people were excited for this one, but I think there is some bad reputation with it. So the legs, she can kick forward that much because again, the skirt, they decided to make it a hard plastic skirt rather than a soft plastic skirt. She can go backwards that much. The knee looks okay, not as bad as the elbow itself, so that's pretty fine. That's fine in my opinion. The actual foot, she's on a hinge as well, a ball hinge. She has a little bit of a swivel. She can move it left to right, back and forth. No toe joint, of course. And there is like no bicep swivel, no thigh swivel. So overall, I think she's okay in articulation. Fairly standard stuff for a female character figure. So there is that. So let's move on to the accessories because I think that's one of the main pluses of this figure itself. So there is that. Okay, if it can stand. Okay, I will be right back. Alright, so in terms of the accessories, this Sailor Moon does come with a lot of stuff in my opinion. Well, I wouldn't say a lot. It's like equal amounts of accessories as any other SH Figuarts, even the cheap ones you can find in retail stores. But just taking a closer look, she does come with 3 different faceplates. One faceplate sort of shouting with magical stuff, the magical girl stuff. One really happy face with a smile. And then an angry face, angry sort of pouting face. All the details on these faces are amazing. There is a lot of really good detail, just kind of to show it off. That golden crescent moon on the center of the actual face looks amazing. There's like no issues with it. And it's kind of like embedded, so it's kind of like 3D. The magical wand looks good. I feel like they could have done a little bit better in terms of the paint job because it feels a little too flat. Yes, there is the pearly white that's throughout the actual white sections, but I feel like everything should have just been glossy in general. She does come with 6 different hands, not sets of hands, but just 6 different hands in general. 3 for the left, 3 for the right. It's very odd because only one of them holds the wand, and I feel like they could have made 2 of them hold the wand. I don't know, but it's fine. Now, she does come with a stand, and I think this is one of the things that kind of brings up the value of this figure, especially if you get it on sale. I think it's going to be fine if you get this on sale for sure, because you're not only going to get the figure, but also a kind of limited edition stand, I guess. But it looks fairly nice, quite different in terms of the use for it, if I can get it. There we go. So it has, instead of like just a clamp, it has this type of clamp, which is weird. I've never seen it that way, but it's fairly nice overall. Now, so just kind of leading into my final thoughts for this figure, I think it's a fine figure. Again, I would have to look to see what people thought about this figure on release and what was their overall opinion on it. But I think it's okay for what it is. Do I think it deserves the price that they asked for originally? No, I do not. Again, mine came broken. I don't know if it's just one of those batches where it's like they have to get rid of it, so all the quality control ones that kind of failed and were returned maybe were just given out. Now, mine was not like a return because it had everything sealed up, so it was just broken from the beginning. Am I gonna make a fuss about it and tell Amazon to give me a refund? Maybe not, maybe so. I'm not sure still. But overall, I'm gonna give this figure, I don't know what to give it. I'm gonna give it a 6. Now, my reasoning for a 6 is that it looks good. Overall, the aesthetic of the character kind of stands out a lot. But I think the articulation is going to be very limited. The wings, there's not much articulation with those. Yes, you can take them off, but that's pretty much the whole point of the figure. Everything that should have been soft plastic is not soft plastic, which kind of ruins the figure a lot for me because it's going to be harder to get into poses, and it's going to be very limiting in just in terms of putting it in a certain position, especially for the legs, and maybe even the arms. Now, I feel like they should have used a soft plastic as well for the hair strands, because that is probably the biggest issue with it, where they might just break. Mine broke. And also the tassels, the kind of ribbons on the back, they're hard plastic, which is probably the worst decision they could have done for this. So I'm not sure. As sort of a very light Sailor Moon fan, I kind of feel bad for Sailor Moon fans that got this figure and probably were not satisfied and had a lot of QC issues, sort of like mine. Actually, which one was, who made this? It was made in China, so it technically should not have a lot of issues, but mine kind of did. I don't know. It might just be mine that the hair strands were just the biggest issue and they're just heavy and everything. But yeah, overall, just kind of ending it off, I want to know your guys' opinion on what you think on about us. I can't speak. Jesus Christ. So I want you guys to let me know what you think of this figure. If you have it, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have the same issues as I do? All that kind of stuff. I would love to hear about it. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.